Hello. It is, let's see here, it's Thursday. This weekend is Golden Spike GP, Hare Scramble? I don't know. Whatever it is. But it's Golden Spike in Packwood, Washington. I didn't get to do this race last year because I had a wedding to go to. But I've heard good things about it. I was looking forward to it until I looked at the weather. And it is calling for rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Race is Saturday, and then on Sunday they have an enduro race. I'm not sure, I forget what they call it, but they have, so basically my race on Saturday, and then the following day they got an enduro race. So my prediction of the race is gonna be muddy. It's gonna be wet pavement, and probably some more tight trails, because that seems to be the theme this year on the courses. But before I go, I gotta get my bike going. I did find something on the bike after I washed it, and it's kind of funny and ironic. Last year at River City, I completely lost my gear shifter, and this year I didn't lose it, but after I washed it and I kind of like reached down and fidgeted with it, it's super loose, like about ready to fall off. So yeah, I gotta clean some air filters and figure out what's going on with my gear shifter. So need to do that today because tomorrow I gotta go to work, and then after work it's basically get the bike ready, load everything in the trailer, the motorhome, connect it all up, and then head out and head for Packwood. Here's my daughter's Elsa bike. She insists I bring this to the races this weekend so she can show Dylan how fast she is. So here it is. This is my gear shifter. See how loose it is? It's like about ready to fall off. And you're probably wondering, why in the world do I have electrical tape around it? So what happened last year at River City is the screw or bolt that goes in and into the shaft, the spline shaft to hold the gear shifter on there, somehow I sheared that off. So I had half a stud in there that I had to try and drill and tap out, and I was having some difficulties doing that. So I was only able to get like a few threads available to put a new bolt in there and trying to keep the new gear shifter on there. And so the tape is on there so that screw like didn't back out, because it's really just held in there by a couple threads. Like it is one stump or rock away from just getting smashed and probably breaking, ripping those threads out of there, or just breaking off. So that's why the tape's on there. It was just a cheap insurance to try and keep that screw from backing out or loosening it up while I'm riding. But that's it. So I'm going to take that tape off and see why it's loose. Maybe that screw backed out a little bit. If that's the case, that'd be ideal. You know, maybe I stripped out those other 2 or 3 threads that were left in there, and it's really just being held on by the tape right now. So I'm going to take this tape off and see what's going on. Okay, so I removed the tape. It looks like I tried safety wiring that screw head like towards the threads, like pulling it in so that it wouldn't back out. And then it looks like I just taped over that to make sure that that safety wire and screw head wouldn't move. So that's what I did. It's loose. I don't know. I'm gonna just see if I can tighten it first. Oh yeah, that tightened it up. Okay, so that screw backed out a little bit, and that's what loosened it up. But it is, I'm wiggling it now, and it is not moving. So that's good. I'll just throw some more tape on there, as redneck as it looks, and call it good. Okay, I put the new tape on there. I'm sorry it's not any better than that, but that's as good as it gets for here on this bike, and with the tools I got and the skills. But it should work. It's solid. It just doesn't look great. At least the black electrical tape matches the gear shifter. Okay, so let's see how bad my air filter is. Oh, pretty dusty. Pretty dusty. Let me get a light. Yeah, it's toast. That was from River City, and it really wasn't that dusty. Maybe in the out in the clear cut and on kind of part of the, I don't know if it's like a course, like a quad course or a side-by-side course. I'm not really sure what kind of dirt course they had out there, but they had some dirt section and it was pretty dusty. So that's what it looks like. Looks terrible. I'm gonna change that. All right, so I should be good to go. I'll get the air filter changed. I got the gear shifter dialed in. Other than that, I think everything else is ready to go. Not really sure what time the gates close. So what I've been told in like videos I've seen is they host this race at like an old abandoned lumber mill in Packwood, pretty much like downtown kind of. If you've ever been driving through on Highway 12 and happen to see some of the lumber mills on the side of the road, I guess that's where the race is. So I guess the race goes in and out of some buildings. It's got some pavement, it's got trees, some single track. It's got some other little sections, I think on concrete or something, but I mean, it sounds like they got a whole assortment of terrain and obstacles and stuff, so it should be a good time. I hope it doesn't rain like a lot. Hopefully it holds off until the race is over with, but if it does, it does. I mean, I'm born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, so it's not like it's the first time I've ever seen mud. It's just not ideal. So, all right, so I definitely wanted to shout out to Josh Mundy. He hooked me up with some Fastway studs for my foot pegs. They're all worn down really bad. Some of them don't even have like the Allen head. It's not even there. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out, especially this one. There's no Allen head anymore. I'll have to just, I guess, try and grab it with vice grips, or if I zoom in on that. Yeah, check this out. Yeah, see, there's no Allen head left. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out of there. But anyways, he gave me these things. Appreciate it, bro. I met Josh this year for the first time, him and his family. Both Josh and Amanda, they're great people. So Josh runs GoPro on his helmet for every race that he does, competes in both the NMA and the NORCS. So if you're interested in going to a race that you've never been before, you could more than likely go to his channel and find some GoPro footage of that course, so you have an idea of kind of what to expect as far as like single track, double track, trees, desert, rocks, mud, roots, stuff of that nature. So it is kind of helpful to know that before you go to the race, so you're not completely surprised. And but yeah, he's got plenty of races on there. I believe his wife is racing this year as well, who's also running a camera. So you can check out the Vet C class or the women's. I'm not really sure what class she's running, but there's some women's footage in there as well, and he posts them on YouTube. So if you don't know him, if you've never watched his videos, I'll leave a link in the description down below. Go check out his channel, subscribe. Anyways, thanks Josh, appreciate it. That's it. Hopefully do better this race than the last. Well, pretty much every other race, every single race I've ever done so far this year, I've done terrible. So hopefully I can do better this race. Fingers crossed.
Tick tick. Hey. Hey, cat. Hey, kitty.